Step into the world of modern logging, where roaring machines cut, lift, and haul giant trees with brutal precision. Subscribe now and witness timber power in full force. Welcome to Woodpath Channel. In the blinding white of a snowy forest, the chainsaw roars like a beast unleashed in the frozen wild. The logger steps through deep snow, chainsaw spinning with raw power. Every footprint sinks into the cold. Every cut defies nature's icy grip. Wood splinters, snow scatters. Every second is a tense duel between man and the towering titan of timber. And then, the crack of destiny. The giant falls with a thunderous crash into the snowy silence. It may be a small chainsaw, but it refuses to back down from the massive log before it. The sharp blade screams and bites deep into the thick wood. The operator holds steady, guiding the saw with bold, decisive cuts. Moments later, the towering tree trembles, then crashes down with a thunderous impact, like a fallen giant. A steel cable is quickly secured around the log, and the winch begins pulling it out of the forest, slow, steady, and unstoppable.
Ale zatiaľ tuto okolo skladu to zvládame.
The sharp chainsaw growls in the hands of a skilled worker. Its sound doesn't merely signal the fall of a tree, it echoes the presence of experience, precision, and fearless command. Deep within the forest, wild and untamed, the man stands firm, like a warrior facing nature's test. Every step he takes, every movement he makes, is carefully calculated. The chainsaw rises and falls with astonishing force and accuracy. The engine roars, the tree shudders, and grain by grain, the wood begins to crack, until, at last, the massive trunk collapses with a thunderous crash that shakes the earth beneath. A worker wearing protective gear and a safety harness hangs securely from a tree trunk. In his hand is a compact chainsaw, roaring loudly. He carefully trims each branch. The branches are tied with ropes, slowly lowered to the ground where a support team is waiting. In a dense forest, a group of workers wearing protective gear and helmets were using steel chainsaws to cut into the trunk of a large diameter tree. The saw blades roared, digging deep into the thick wood, sending sawdust flying. The tree shook, then slowly fell to the ground amid the echoes of the forest, a breathtaking and powerful moment. The specialized crane slowly approaches the processed log. With high precision, its powerful grapple grips the tree firmly, lifting it off the construction vehicle. Every movement is carefully controlled, guiding the log as it floats through the air, then gently setting it down onto the waiting truck bed. The entire operation is swift and safe, showcasing the impressive efficiency of modern mechanized systems. With its load secured, the forwarder begins the slow and careful retreat. Balancing weight and traction, it navigates back through the twisted forest path. Each turn, each bump is handled with purpose. It carries more than timber. It carries the effort of a team, the value of nature, and the promise of responsible harvesting. Amidst the buzz of industry and the stillness of the forest edge, the Caterpillar 320 CLL log loader comes to life. Its hydraulic arm stretches with purpose, gripping each massive log with ease and placing it precisely onto the transport truck. Designed for strength and accuracy, this machine is the workhorse of the logging world, combining brute force with mechanical grace. Every movement is efficient, every load calculated. As it lifts and stacks, it silently showcases the power of engineering in harmony with nature's bounty. Deep in the snowy forest, giant old trees stand still until the buzzing chainsaw cuts through their base. With a final snap, the massive trunks slowly tilt, then crash to the ground with a thunderous thud that shakes the forest floor. Moments later, the skidder moves in. Its steel cable is hooked to the fallen tree. With a deep roar, the machine begins to pull. Snow and bark fly as the ancient tree is dragged across the frozen forest. Tree by tree, the process repeats. Each mighty trunk, once towering for decades, is now hauled out steadily by the powerful vehicle. The forest echoes with the sound of engines and cracking ice as the machine clears its path. In the middle of the forest, the Komatsu 895 gets to work. Its powerful hydraulic arm grabs heavy logs with ease, swinging them onto the trailer with smooth, steady precision. Every movement is controlled, every load perfectly balanced. With its massive strength and high load capacity, the 895 is a true giant of the woods, born to move timber, built to perform.